Yo, what is going on, everybody? Episode 101 of many. Today, I am just doing an audio version. I've been out sick kind of pretty much all day. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I've been out sick all day. Today is Wednesday. And I just wanted to still get something out to you guys because I set out a goal to do 2 a week, every Tuesday and Thursday, and I need to do that. So, I am at home trying to walk around because I haven't really gotten much more than a couple thousand steps in the last couple days. But today's I'm going to keep it short, and it's going to be mainly the Grizzly life vibe here and some updates on myself and fitness and my routine. And I kind of want to talk about like the phases, everybody has these phases that we go through. And if you know me, I'm usually very, in quotations, dialed, right? I have a routine, I have habits, I stick to them, and I talk about that. And I don't want that to sound, any sort of way like I'm talking down to anybody. I'm a very routine person. I have my habits, I have my plan of attack, and that's how it is. But the reason I bring this up is, I set these new goals at the beginning of the year, and I want to do this and I want to do that. And we're always very ambitious. We want to accomplish a lot. We want to do a lot. And there's this phase, where I'm trying to think of how I want to explain this, but we go through phases, right? All throughout the year, there's just different things that we like to do, different things we do. It's just, maybe in the winter we do a little bit more of this and a little bit less of that. Or maybe we learn more in the winter because we're inside more and we can read more. And then summertime, it's a different season for us mentally and physically. So maybe we're outside longer. Maybe our sleep schedule changes, right? Like there's just these phases that we go through in life. So the reason I bring this up is I am typically very dialed in. I have lots of good habits, very good routines. And since Grizzlies, I have lost a lot of that stuff. I don't want to say lost, but I have set aside a lot of those habits and a lot of those routines just because it's not the right time for me to do them. And it's not that I don't want to do them, I really do. But when I go to the gym in the morning, I'm so motivated to get to the restaurant and talk to my team and make sure we're going in the right direction. And, I get home late at night, or at least I had been. The last couple of nights I've gotten home earlier, but I haven't been feeling well, so that's one thing. But I usually am very routine. I love fitness. I love, eating the right food and getting my water intake in and my daily reading, waking up at the same time, going to bed at the same time. Well, this new project has gotten the best of me. I have had a lot of mental energy and physical energy put into this project, and it's just a phase. It's something I have to do right now in order, it's the best interest of the business and my team there. It's what I have to do. And it's been hard for me to accept that because I feel like shit, not getting my reading in, not getting my fitness in, not getting my runs in, not getting my steps in. But it's a phase. It's okay. It happens. We're all human, and we have to remain human. And now, I know not all of you can compare something like this as far as like starting a new business maybe towards why your changes, why your habits may change. But just know that we are human and there are phases. It's just important to come back to center, come back to realize what you like to do and come back to focus back up. I know right now that there's just a time frame where I have to go all in on this project. And as the weeks go by and the team gets better and we're all on the same page and our communication increases and everything goes the right direction, slowly but surely, that I will slowly but surely get my routines back. I think in the last 2 weeks, I've gotten like maybe 2 or 3 serious workouts in. I do know I got a couple runs in. But literally the last 5, 6, 7 days, I've gotten minimal steps in. My sleep schedule has changed ever so. There's one night that I didn't get home till later, so my sleep. I'm really big on perfect sleep consistency. I like to go to bed by 8:20, and I like to be up by 5:20. So there was one night that threw me off there, and so I just want you guys to know there are phases of life. There are things we go through. There are challenges ahead, and everybody goes through it. I don't want to act like I'm some individual talking to you about how perfect I am and how perfect my routine is. And I think sometimes it maybe comes off that way when you hear about how dialed and routine I am. And you're like, oh, well, I can never be like that. Or, he's so serious about it. I am human. I go through these same changes. And I just want you guys to know that. So this is a perfect example for me. And I haven't had this happen to me for a while because the last 18 months, I have been pretty focused. But even when I get home at 7 o'clock and I have an hour to read, I'm like on Facebook Marketplace trying to find like new kitchen equipment to make Grizzlies work better. I'm thinking of like what I need to say at the team meeting next Monday to make sure our team's on the same page. Like I'm thinking of new food or ways to clean up our business and ways to make it more effective. Like that is what my mind is focused on. So even when I've tried to pull out a book, it's very hard for me to even focus right now, and that's okay. So just know we go through these phases, we go up and down, and there's going to be times in life where you have to take care of other things, and that's totally okay. Just make sure you come back to center. Make sure you still incorporate the important things. This isn't something that I would say is okay to do for 6 months at a time. But if the next 4 to 6 weeks I am a little bit less, in quotations, in tune or dialed, right? Like that's okay. Now, I don't like the feeling I get. I don't like feeling, for me, fitness-wise, if I stop working out. If I don't hit the gym, if I don't get my steps in, I start feeling flabby. I just don't feel good about myself mentally, right? I need to get back in the gym. So same thing with my reading. I had a goal of 300 pages per week every week of the year. The last 2 weeks have been very hard for me to get any reading in, and I'm ashamed. I'm upset, but I'm not ashamed, but I'm just sad, right? Like that was a very important goal of mine. So I'm going to get back on there, and I know when I look back at the end of 2026 that, I gave it my best shot, and there's things that came up, and that just is what it is. So that's the first thing I want to start you guys off with, and just know that routines and habits are good, but life happens as well. Now, I don't want you to use this as an excuse. People will often say, I don't have time. I can't do it. I just don't have time. You still need to prioritize yourself first. You still need to realize why you are doing what you are doing and why you need to do those things, meaning take care of yourself. Put fitness first. Put your strength training in, your functional fitness. We need to be able to move when we get older, right? Like there's still an end goal. So I don't want you to use the excuse of, I don't want you to allow your excuse to be, life has just gotten in the way, and so I stopped doing it altogether. I know very well that I'm going to get back in the gym. I'm going to get back in a routine. I just know that today is not the day for that. So hopefully that makes some sense. The next piece of wisdom, I'd like to say, I was watching this video this morning, trying to be somewhat productive and maybe learn something, and he said there's 2 types of people. One, the first person sees what they want, and they only see what they want. And the second person sees the thing in the way. And to me, what this means is there's people who only have a clear vision and a clear goal and know that it's possible. And there's the other person who only sees the excuse, the reason why not, the reason why I can't. And they live in that mindset forever. So this goes for a lot of things. This isn't just big vision stuff, but this is day-to-day life. You'll notice if you kind of watch those around you and those conversations around you, like this, there are 2 types of people. The person who can see what they want and how they're going to go accomplish that, and the other person who they have a want, but they only see the problem. They only see how they can't. They only see the issues, right? So this doesn't mean you should not think about the things that could get in your way. The worst case scenario, being prepared, is another conversation. But when you see people go out and accomplish great things, they have one thing in mind, and that's the end goal. They have the vision. They have a clear thought process. They know this is what I'm set to do, and I'm going to go do it. So I just thought that was very interesting, very powerful to realize that. And now that I've heard that saying, I can see that happen and play out in real life. So anyways, those are the 2 main pieces of wisdom, or 2 thoughts that I wanted to give you guys today for the Grizzly Life podcast. I would like to say thank you guys again for listening to me. Again, I'm not doing this to get 1 million followers, 1 million views, 1,000 likes, none of that. If I can help one person become a better version of themselves, to me, that's all I need to feel this is worth it. You know what I mean? So if you could share these kinds, these episodes with other people. I want to help as many people as I can. And what I've come to learn with Grizzlies, and this is interesting because I think once I get my head above water when it comes to the that I'm going to have a lot of amazing ideas to bring back to the gym, and I'm very excited for that. I'm learning different customer service items, different ways to go about handling objections and people and situations, and again, communicating with a different type of team. My Grizzly team I have built from the ground up. This Grizzlies team I have inherited, and I'm making my team, and I love every second of it. Like I genuinely do. So once I get my head above water and I can start going back into Grizzly fitness and having more routine conversations with my important, my important Grizzly staff, my team, my coaches, my managers, basically everybody on the team, of course. I don't want that to sound wrong, but I am excited to have new ideas and new thoughts on customer service and how to make it right and how to take care of people. So for those of you listening, I am the one running our Facebook page for Grizzlies Diner and Tavern. Fun fact, I've really never run a Facebook page. I've never handled all of these conversations with customers. If you have attended Grizzlies since I've taken over, if you've been there and you've had food there, and or you've commented on any of my Facebook stuff, I am the one responding to all of those comments. I do have some people posting a couple stories and like the daily specials, but I am personally reaching out to every single person who leaves a comment on any of our posts, who sends us a message. I am the one having the conversation. I'm trying to touch every single person when it comes to their problem, their issue, their insight, their feedback. So anyways, very excited for that. Very excited to get back in routine. I want you guys to know there are phases of life and it just comes and goes, but I want you guys to go out and be the best version of yourself. I want you to know that you have to prioritize yourself and put yourself first. But there are times in life that there are other things important as well. So I appreciate you guys. If you need to add me on anything and talk to me, have any questions, thoughts, ideas, add me on Snapchat, colton.burt, COLTON.BURT, Instagram, Facebook at coltonburt19, I believe. Otherwise, just find me on there, shoot me a message, whatever. I appreciate you guys. If you have any ideas for a future podcast episode, if you have anything you want me to touch base on, I do have some fitness-related thoughts for the pod that I have to get around to. I'm going to do some more research on red light therapy and tanning and sauna and ice baths and all that stuff. And I want to give you guys kind of the ins and outs, kind of what I know about them. And I'll do a little bit more research before I have those conversations. But I'd like to touch base on like recovery tools and maybe some fitness myths and whatever else. So if there's anything you guys want to know more about, if there's anything you want my input on, shoot me a message. I appreciate you guys, and I do thank you for listening. I'm sorry I couldn't do an actual video today, but for those of you listening, again, I appreciate you guys, and we will see you soon. Thank you.